Okay guys, what's up? My name is Miurah, bringing you guys another After Effects tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at the thermal scope in Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2. You can pretty much do this in any Call of Duty, but I'm going to be doing it in Modern Warfare 3, and we're going to be basically recreating this scope in a cinematic to create a kind of a cool effect. So I'm going to show you guys an example, and I'll be right back. Alright, so pretty cool. You get a pretty cool effect from it, I think. It's not perfect, but I think it's a pretty cool example. So we're gonna get right into it. We're first gonna want to do some changes to the cinematic itself to basically create that noise kind of feeling to it. So first we're gonna create a hue and saturation change. Hue, saturation. We're going to lower the lightness. Actually, we're gonna upper the lightness. Sorry, just a little bit to like 6. We're going to really lower the saturation to, I'd say about there. And that's all we want to do for the hue saturation. We're also going to want to add a noise. Regular noise. Don't use color noise and just turn it up to about there. So now we kind of get this this kind of color difference thing. We can always turn down the noise just a little bit. We just want a little bit of noise. And go maybe into the hue saturation. Turn up the lightness just a little bit. I'd say right about there. It's probably about a good color for the cinematic. Now we're going to want to create a new solid. We're going to kind of create a simple mask just by holding down Control and Shift. Just like this. Invert the mask. Go into the feather. Feather out just a little bit. I'd say about 30 pixels or so. And then we're going to create that noise effect on the outer part. So we're going to want to take a fractal noise and we're going to put that on. You can change this to, I don't know, dynamic, block. That looks pretty cool. And we're going to put this on soft clamp, kind of give it like those grays and whites. And turn the complexity up just a bit. And then we're going to want to go to transform, turn the scale way down, probably about right there. I think it's probably good. We're also going to want to turn the brightness way down to a black. Right about here. So you see we have this pretty cool like boxy effect that you have kind of in here. We can always mess around with it. Maybe like take the solid, maybe like stretch it out a bit. I don't know. It's up to you. Do whatever you want with it. It's kind of an experiment. I think this is good for now. I think that kind of creates the effect that we want it to create. I'm actually going to go back into here and again change the brightness up just a little bit. Maybe like right there, I think is probably good. Yeah. We can always add some contrast to it if you guys wanted to, but I'm not going to go into that. Just kind of bring out the whites and bring out the darks. But that's about it for the scope, and that's it for the tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Nah, I'm just kidding. So now we're going to want to add the red outer area from the scope. So we're going to create a new solid by just duplicating the first one and put it below. And we can keep the fractal noise, but we are going to want to reset the fractal noise and take the expansion and just zoom it in a little bit to like right about there. I'd say it's pretty good. And we're going to want to create a bunch of new vertexes on this mask. So basically we can have the kind of circle base, but then change it up a little bit to create a kind of cool abstract blob. So put a bunch on there. And then just kind of move them around. It's kind of how you want them to. You know, maybe move them out a little bit. Some of them in, out. Just kind of mess around with it. Doesn't really have to be perfect, and it can be however you want it to look. So I'd say right there is probably pretty good. Yeah, so we just kind of have that cool effect going on. We want to take the feather, I forgot, and just feather it a little bit more in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a third-party plugin called the VC Color Vibrance. You can get this from Video Copilot. It's a free plugin that you can download off their website. It's really cool. It definitely brings out kind of the lower and the upper parts of the colors. So we're gonna want to go and we're gonna take like a reddish orange. I'd say right about here. Probably a good color. And we're gonna want to mess with mess with the vibrance a little bit, maybe the brightness, the gamma. So you kind of get something, get a color, get something that you like. So I'd say that's about good. And then we're going to want to take the opacity and just bring it really far down. So it's kind of like an outline. We can always take the vibrance, up it up, brightness up a little bit, gamma maybe down. You know, just mess around with it. So it's completely up to you. I'm good with that. Not perfect. Good enough. We can always add some kind of cool, maybe dynamic or clip or I don't know, anything you want. It's pretty up to you. That's weird. White and black. Okay. Anyway, don't want that. So right about there. That's a good compromise. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to again take the top layer. We're going to want to duplicate it, put it at the bottom, and we're going to want to take off the fractal noise and instead put on a grid. Take the generate grid, put that on, and we're going to take the corner, not the anchor, but the corner. We're just going to drag it out until the only things that we can see are the two middle lines. This, again, you can kind of mess around with. I'm going to put the border to about 3, and then we're going to take a fill. Not the fill. Change the color to maybe a, I don't know, maybe like a pinkish color, kind of like this. That's probably good enough for now. And we're going to want to pre-compose the layer. Move all attributes to a composition. Yes, please. Take the mask tool. Do we already have a mask on here? No, we don't. Take the mask tool. Go into the middle. Make a mask, just like that. Invert the mask. And we're just going to want to feather it out to about... Wrong layer. Feather it out to right about there or so. So now you kind of have this thicker area with then kind of thins out in the middle, kind of like that. So you see like this thick area, whoops, and then it kind of, why did I create that? Kind of thins out into the middle. So not perfect, but good enough. And I accidentally deleted everything I just did. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I forgot to add. We're going to want to go into this grid, and we're also going to want to add a glow to it. Glow. Any glow works. I'm going to use stylized glow, though, just the basic. Change the radius up a little bit, to the intensity just a little bit. We're going to take a second glow, put that on as well, and keep the radius maybe in a little bit, intensity down, just like that. So we get this cool kind of vibrancy color to it that looks pretty nice. So it definitely gives a little bit of a better look to it that kind of blends in with the area we put in before. Now we're going to want to create the smaller lines, in the bottom area just like this, which is pretty easy. We just want to, again, take this top layer, duplicate it, put it at the bottom, delete the fractal noise, and add the grid again. Grid, boom. And then we're just going to want to kind of move this up a bit. So I'd say maybe right about here, probably a good spot. We can go into here and we can copy the fill, the glow, and the second glow. Copy and paste those onto there like that. And again, take this, pre-compose, move all attributes, okay. And again, we're going to want to kind of create another mask in the middle, just like this. Boom. That looks kind of freaky, not gonna lie. So we're gonna go into here. Yeah, that's the glow is too much, definitely. So we're gonna want to delete a glow. Maybe take this radius, put it to 0, intensify it just a bit. Threshold, keep it the same. Sorry, radius just a little bit up. I'd say right about there. Okay, sorry. Gonna go back into here. That's good. Take this, move it kind of to the bottom, right about here, and just, again, take this feather. Just feather that out. And then we can go into the mask settings, and we can always mess with the expansion. Kind of put back those lines that we have in there, and we have a pretty cool effect kind of taking shape. So there we go. We kind of have the lines in the bottom. They're not perfect. You can always mess around with it. Maybe, you know, make this a little bit taller. Whatever you want to do. Add more, add less. Thin it up. Make it thinner, thicker. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, actually, why don't we do that? Why don't we take this and maybe thin it out a little bit. Maybe border it like 2. 2? Yeah, that's probably good. Anyway. So that's about it, guys. That's all you really have to do to create the artificial thermal scope. Definitely doesn't look perfect by any means, but you can always take the whole composition and scale it up, scale it down to kind of create a cool pan croppy look to it. But that's about it for creating the thermal scope. Artificial thermal scope inside a cinematic. If you guys enjoyed the tutorial, please leave a like, comment, as well as subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.